I use that as a farming item as opposed to the more popular Battle Fury that you see these days. Alternatively, Radiance is also fine this game. I think it's not as much burst damage against TB.
No, that's the thing I really wouldn't like Alchemist to see go for those. That's the problem with the Nyx Assassin, right? Because then you just get ganked super easily in your jungle, and those kills are almost free. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think the Radiance is a good build this game, simply because the Nyx exists.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with that. That's why Maelstrom I like more, but it's still the same kind of risk with Nyx, but at least it's more controlled.
It is. It's more controlled, and you're very less likely. At least if you're going to know the Nyx is coming, and you get a chance to get off the Chemical Rage.
Yeah, and if you're not attacking stuff, it's not going to bounce to him, especially if you don't see him, so that's another point to be made. The lane doesn't seem too difficult for them against the Beastmaster. I think Al can somewhat deal with the harassment early. Level 3, we'll see if this changes. Nyx is not the best laning support, even with a mana burn build. Mid lane, though, we're... Actually, Lycan is doing fine. Top lane, Blizz is going to die thanks to Pantomim. That's a nice little purifying fire start to the end, and he struggles against TV because he can't trade easily. Top lane, though, they go for the Alk. Nice Fortune's End to root both of them, but the Boar slows the Alk. Can they get the kill? No. Instead, Pantomim actually murders the Boar. Fortunately, they don't have the damage to really bring down Pubber. I think TV with meta is too scary for Legion. In fact, Cats needs to get away. Yeah. That's just free hits that you're giving Zani. Yeah,
especially maybe with the regen on the way, that would explain it. But yeah, that's a very bold move to be making with no regen left here. Just taking 2 free CS out from a TB. He'll do that all day. Doesn't miss any CS, and potentially now a first kill as the Bat Rider running on over. Easy kill with the lasso there into the waiting arms of his friendly little demon.
Actual Roman letters, or is it Cyrillic? Should I pronounce it that way? You never know.
You never know. Rubik, or sorry, make that our Oracle most likely dead. Does have the Fairy Fire to bait him out a little bit more, but Blizzy quite tanky here already. Had the ulti now.
This is showing that at least in the lane they can control them. Shapeshift though, with a duel, they go for the Bat Rider. Bard kill, but they should be able to get it regardless. The Freezing Field does slow them down a bit, but Pubber is going to eventually die at this rate. They just use the units, and he kills the Necronomicon unit, which guarantees Rabel the kill. They should guess though, because it's about the timing when Legion should have to come back. Oh, that's perfect. He has a double damage because of this. That is going to get destroyed. Torn to shreds by Winstrike. That is the ideal kill, honestly. I mean, Gambit was going to easily gank you there, so you make them waste a bunch of time and resources. You know TP is not going to do that. Oh, actually, Oracle is making them waste time and resources. Is he actually going to get away with a TP? No, they have a Yule Scepter. All right, very cheeky TP there by the Oracle. Still heals a fair amount, though, and wasting a bunch of time for your Bat Rider. Going to dispel himself again. Pantomim just slowly walking home. They force a second Firefly. This man's very happy with this. In fact, they almost got close enough to gank them again. Shishaka is thinking about it with his Invis rune.
Yeah, it's a bit difficult with only the Rubik there, though. You never really know, especially with the Nyx Assassin already showing a nearby with the Yule Scepter to counter-initiate. Invis rune, they might try for Excess Vampire now. There's going to be the blink onto the river. Fade Bolt level 1. That's going to be... Wow, actually. Yeah, there goes another Tier 2 tower now in the bottom lane. There's still no Fortify at the ready. And we still have about 50 seconds left on this Aegis.
Let's see, Dilaccio with that Medieval doesn't seem bothered whatsoever. The Aegis, he's quite safe. He doesn't depend as much on Chemical Rage and say a TP, for example, depends on Metamorphosis. You can still run away with BKB. Whereas if TB loses the meta, you're like, okay, fight's over, right?
Yeah, and of course you have the LC who is in a very convenient position. She is going to be the first line of defense. Oracle standing much further away.
Let's see, they're going to keep on pushing here, Gambit. Or, sorry, that was the smoke.
Oh, good smoke.
To catch it from behind, yeah.
Or good scan, sorry.
Oh, the scan, yeah, catches the smoke completely. Now Winstrike should be able to fight this. Necronomicon, Excess Vampire nearby, goes for the Oracle. As the Metamorphosis activated, but the duel catches the Bat Rider. That's perfect! Lornov is down for the count. Now going for the Assassin. The bug has been squashed. And the only hero they really need to kill now is Xani, who does get a Sunder off onto the Oracle. Oracle is accepting his death as Alchemist is slowly but steadily trying to murder Xani. The counter Sunder by Yamich is not going to keep him alive. They cancel his TP, and Xani was almost capable of destroying all of Winstrike, but was incapable of beating neither of their two main cores, which is the Alchemist and the Lycan. And that's exactly what Rabel should be doing, by the way, in the team fights, chasing away the supports, murdering the backline, making sure that Alchemist can have a 1v1 scenario against his Terrorblade.
Yeah, they tried their best. Unfortunately, the Beastmaster didn't quite catch where he was in the fight. He looked like he was trying to initiate with with something, with a roar perhaps. Instead, the Nyx Assassin was the one to kick off that fight, trying to lock down the Oracle. Wasn't effective in the slightest bit at the end of the day, and now a 15k net worth lead for Winstrike. This is going to be at least 2 lanes of barracks. Without Metamorphosis, you're not going to be too scared. We still have Press the Attack at the ready for the Dispel. They're threatening for it now, Lornoff nearby. They have no False Promise, so they are going to be a little bit weak now. There's going to be the duel. The BKB will come out first. It's countered by Dracchio as well. He's falling quite low, but the healing is too much. He is still alive, as they needed to lock down that Oracle and are unable to do so.
That is insane. He has no right to live here. Look at this. He walks in without the Chemical Rage even activated, and he's still not going to get killed. He knows the Legion and the Oracle are covering him, but they do catch him in the end. False Promise is ready there. And that's going to save the Alk yet again. Wow. Talk about borrowed time, huh?
That's the other ultimate. Gabba.
I'm gonna stab you.
Well.
It's an expression in English too, right?
No.
Is it really not?
No.
Living on borrowed time?
No, usually we say dead man walking.
It's not. Anyway, Hulk's gonna push the melee racks and the range racks, walk away as Yamich is also gonna be safe. They tried an initiation on him, didn't really work out. Another good team fight. Plethora of healing.
All of the healing, yep.
Might have been a consideration before the Butterfly, honestly. But he decided to go for Butterfly. I think Butterflies have been redundant on TB many times because what do you help against? Physical damage. What do you already have a lot of? Armor. So do you really need that extra? I mean, Reddit talked about it, and I kind of agreed with them because in this case, the Alk could just build MKB and get both mixed damage against your armor and a way to deal with your evasion.
Yeah.
That's a freebie.
Yeah, that is a freebie. Not only the damage build, but also basically that top lane of ranged barracks are now gone.
What's the point of picking a Quad Spikes Invoker then, right? I think it defeats the purpose of the hero. And in this case, it's not fair to blame Lornoff particularly. It's just something that happened this game that they need to look at in the replay. Lornoff.
Yeah, the Courier scouted them actually from the Oracle, so they're set up opposite here. Dire on the Radiant side, Radiant on the Dire. We'll see whose advantage this will be, as Lornoff is going to use the Firefly preemptively.
Look how, I actually really appreciate how patient Winstrike, despite them winning by so much, they still don't want to give the enemy team any chance.
Yeah, I mean, and they know creep are filtering in. They're pushing through bottom, so they're going to threaten tier 4s. The tier 3 top lane also is going down. As there's going to be the jump. They found the Beastmaster. A nice stun, though. That means the Alchemist is going to be forced to stun himself, but they have 2 dispels. They've stacked them here, unfortunately, so they might be able to punish that. But for now, Excess Vampire is going to be the first to go. Zani now playing into the damage here onto the Oracle, as they will buy back now onto our support.
Okay. I think the Power Roar now set up though. Slow Power Roar though on TV. Doesn't really matter though because he lost the Chemical Rage. He might stun himself again. He's going in for the second fight. Lycan's still alive, and now with a duel, they catch Zani and are capable of murdering him. As Diracho does the same thing against Blizzy. That's the GG. I think the GG came out because that was not a great team fight, but Winstrike, not the best execution, and they still win, showcasing how far ahead they simply were.
But he's not going to really be able to kill him unless he's super out of position. Good news is that the Coddle doesn't really bring a whole lot of save to this lane, and the Earth Spirit doesn't really care for him.
Yeah, now we're seeing the damage they can put out to the Alk. He actually did go for an early level stun, which guarantees the kill on Blizzy. Well, actually not necessary because the Illuminate would have just killed him anyway. Wow, they were not expecting that. I was kind of not expecting that either, to be honest.
All right, me neither.
They might even kill Excess Vampire. Oh, wow. That's the first time I actually see Solar Bind being useful in lane. It's off lane. But the Alchemist stun really took them by surprise. Usually you don't get stunned this early. In fact, look at this. He's actually going for an off-lane Alchemist build almost. Well, you keep your build speed level 1, you max acid spray, and you go for the stun. Hover, could die here in the top lane. Stroke of Fate, not going to help him too much. Zani's like, guys, I'm a DK. I can really just hit. Like, I survived forever, but there's not much kill potential, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's just so much damage. And I mean, the Breathe Fire is really nice, actually, because it's going to allow his support Grimstroke to actually trade with the Shaman, who's at in-base damage, which is higher, but the issue comes and they still have a crap ton of magic damage to deal with. You can't really negate. Earth Spirit might be able to get a kill here now onto the poor little Coddle. Body blocks is going to be just good enough. Nicely done.
No Venom though, so Coddle might just be able to get away. No, the last hit will do the trick.
Yeah,
he tried to use the high ground in his favor and avoid the Stroke of Fate. Almost really well played by DotaMode.
It's just going to be okay. They might make an effort here for our Alchemist, and they will. Nice Stroke of Fate into the Rolling Boulder. Combo is going to be channeling the stun, but unable to get it off. Well, rather, it just explodes on him, and as he dies.
That's what happens, by the way, guys. If you don't use the stun. Blizzy in trouble as well at the bottom lane. No more Solar Pine, but Blizzy's like, guys, I'm just going to die with the storm. He might even want to die quicker just so they can respawn faster and come.
No, and we're getting there. This is a much better support duo to gank. In fact, this could be another kill, and very likely is because we still have the rolling boulder to follow up if we need it, and we don't.
Hey, why even take the tower here down bottom? Notice, oh, this is what I'm talking about, right? Look at the DK, already.
Interesting movement here. They're looking to try and secure both rooms. The Shaman likely to sacrifice his life for this bounty, but it's well worth it. Our DK unable to get a kill. He's 500 gold away from the blink, but he might not need it to land this stun now onto the Alchemist, who is going to get off this chemical rage. Or Spirit rolling on in, gets hexed up, and not before he gets the stun and the silence off, and that's plenty of damage there, Alvo. In fact, they're going to try for Cheshire Cat, who still has one Astral Step at the ready. There's going to be a jump down to the back line as our Grimstroke was trying to de-ward, gets the Phantoms and brace off, but a very nice blinding light. That's not going to stop the stun from coming, though, and plenty more damage.
Ooh, they took down the Storm and the Alchemist, the two main cores in the enemy team. Take advantage of the recall, right? Storm can cut lanes, you recall him back, and then you get the ball lightning to get the vulnerability. Phantom's Embrace plus the silence. There's no time for Shishigat to get that Phantom's Embrace off of.
This is such a great combo here, actually. The Grimstroke,
where they should be able to utilize the Alch and Storm to start getting actual kills, right? The Alch has enough farm, but instead actually Gambit is still putting the pressure. Look at that Spear, very well done. Avoiding the Instill Concoction, they stop the Dragon Tail. It can't come out thanks to the Shadow Shaman's Hex. Very well done. And Ratio will manage to just heal back up. They stop Shaman from continue to putting out spells, but they will punish the Earth Spirit for going a bit too far. Excess Vampire does not have the rolling boulder, so he's incapable of rolling himself to safety, and Winstrike will get yet another kill. Not bad for them. I mean, honestly, considering you stopped the initiation by Gambit,
Blizz now beginning to farm a lot faster here. He's going to have the Sanj ready to go, S and Y soon to follow, so plenty of stats. They're going to be interrupting another stacked Ancient farm in here is Lorinov. He's not going to be able to escape this one too easily thanks to the Solar Bind, but he's off and away now with the wave form as they're going to look to turn this one with the Stroke of Fate. Now on to 2. They're going to get the initial kill onto the Shaman, looking for more as well. Falling quite low here is going to be the Alchemist pinned to the wall and killed now. As it's 3 heroes for none. Nice counter rotations there by Gambit as they move on. Game is still in their hands for now. Again, the Alchemist is recovering in farm. He's nearly got a full BK. Going to smoke up and look to apply some pressure. Unfortunately, Cheshire Cat's not the ideal one to jump, but he is if you land the silence. And there we go, that 1-2 punch. Plenty of damage to easily set up for a follow-up stun. There goes now our Dragon Knight onto the back lines. Unable to find a stun on anyone, however, as he will be instead orchided by the Storm Spirit. Another rolling boulder forward to try and catch the Coddle. He's too fast, though. Oh, no.
He had to do that to save the Alchemist.
He had to do that. Yep, you're right. Although Morphline's not too far away here, mind you. The BKB is nearly completed, but not yet. As Alchemist, unfortunately, I think the Gambit's up for him. Got plenty of damage. Oh, he bought out for the BKB though, just before he died.
Okay, that's good. That's not too bad then. At least you don't lose much net worth. Still worthwhile kill, but not too much net worth loss, so I guess that's nice. Blizzy chasing after Pantoman. Oh, hello. DK stops him before he gets to the bounty, and now the Coddle will experience that.
Zani hates merry-go-rounds.
But I get that E-Blade, one of the things about E-Blade is it's much better against Storm and Void. Well, that doesn't do anything. So I can see that if you're just trying to win. I mean, look at where Storm is. His net worth is awful. They're going to catch the Mars. In comes the Earth Spirit. Mars in trouble. There's the Soul Bind onto 2. Stop the Storm. They silence him as well. And they're all cutting the arena of blood. Storm is dead. So is the Shadow Shaman. They try to go for the Void Spirit as well. And they use his own Aether Remnant against him. That's going to be the Morphling. I was playing there as the Void Spirit for a second. They do lose Blizzy in the engagement, and Grimstroke will also fall, but I think it's honestly still beneficial for Gambit. You might be losing as Winstrike, so any kill is important, but Sage Boots are messed up with that. I'm not sure. Anyway, Blinding Light, maybe?
Blinding Light, yeah.
Could have been, because I can't think of anything else that pushes you. And they go for the Roshan now. They're gonna try here with a BKB, Arena 1 as well. Catch the Alchemist, they go in with a shotgun. There's Morphling. With the Earth Spirit on top of that, no need for the Axe there. The Earth Spirit is just going to be that good, stopping Durasho completely.
And Yamich as well, couldn't do a darn thing to help from inside the pit. He's got all this cast range for nothing.
Is he cosplaying as a ward?
He is.
He is. Guys, look, I have so much vision. Go for the Mars. Mars caught from behind. He can't be this sassy. He got to show the front like a true warrior.
Nope.
But he's going to lose his life. Excess Vampire instead trying to kill off Yamich, but his rolling boulder will be blocked.
Here come the reinforcements, though. Here comes the Cavalry. Zani, as well as the Morphling, still have plenty of utility to use here, but it doesn't look like instead Morphling wants to farm. He's going to farm the Serpent Wards, which give a lot of gold. They give a lot of gold here, so that's not insignificant.
Yeah, Morphling is like, thank you.
Thank you.
It's like when people drop Tombstone when you're about to die. You're like, no!
Died him. scan will reveal some heroes here in the general vicinity. Storm nearly at his peak. Death here would be so costly, and it looks like that might be ace, as this is a well-executed smoke. Blizzy leading the charge will get hexed, but there's going to be the old rolling boulder on in. He's looking for the backliners. They don't really want the shaman, but they're going to have to take him first. Looking for more, though, as into the trees goes our Earthspirit with the uh-oh. That could be a kill here. They might have enough stuns for him. Lornoff running over. He could shackle him as the shaman, but instead, why bother to do that when you could just go and nuke him down?
Ah, that's incredible. The Alchemist is not having a game at all.
Nope.
Morphling as a matchup is pretty bad, and I think the DK was the play that really made Gambit kind of come together, because thanks to the DK, you could really mitigate the Morphling and just have a really nice early game. Another great arena blood by Blizzy. He's going to go here for the Shadow Shaman. Pretty valuable kill, honestly, but he's alone here. Gambit now Zani joining in to get the soul by double E-Blade. Finally, the BKB comes out from the storm, but he still leads to his brother.
Yeah, that BKB, it's a 10-second BKB, but now Zani's going to pop his instead. They're going to throw a little bit of an unstable concoction, but that's not going to do much but to try and hold him back. Zani going for more. Oh, that's a bad blink, but I think it's still going to catch Cheshire Cat here, pinned to the wall for once, twice, and just completely nuked down. So much control here on the side of Gambit, even without the Earth Spirit. It's incredible.
That DK is fantastic, honestly. That pick is what... Blizzy's been playing an incredible game, though, on the Mars. I think, to me, the MVP is Blizzy in terms of playstyle, but the draft also played a huge part in Gambit. It was a really smart, clever, outside the box.
I totally agree. Hold on.
Now we don't have a BKB on the DK anymore. He might actually die. The Alchemist is going to chunk him. Okay, Joshua actually deals damage. Blizzy could be in trouble as well as the Storm jumps up to him. And Blizzy is not going to be able to survive this onslaught. Gambit losing too, and this is, I would say, a turning point, but is the start for something for Winstrike.
It's costly.
It's important for them.
It's costly is what it is. Nope, it's different.
No, the slow is different, but the armor reduction is the same. Okay, so Morphling is just looking to amplify his damage. I don't think the slow is that relevant to the item, honestly, unless you're like a lifestealer or something.
Two fluffy hats. We've lent our Coddle our hats for now.
I mean, we didn't lend him. He just stole them.
He stole them. He paid me 125 gold, and I looked the other way. Is Pupper dead? Yeah, Pupper is dead.
And they're gonna catch out here the Alchemist, though. This is much more valuable kill. Good force now to try to save him, but it's not going to be enough. They have way too much damage. Yamage starts to TP. There's the Adaptive Strike to cancel that TP. And they even find Cheshire Cat, who dissimulates, plays around, but at dissimulate is not going to get him far enough, and the DK is just going to chase him to death.
You can only run so much from this team, and barely. I cannot say, I can't argue that Zani has been having a bad game.
Oh, wait,
because that's not true by any means.
Dragon Tail again.
He's going to be looking to catch the Storm Spirit. Might have the damage on his own. There's not a whole lot of mana left on our Storm Spirit, so he's just going to be ran down. Enchanted Quiver there, doing
potential. It's very clear to me now, after seeing game number 2, that Gambit might have not been in their best time compared to the old Gambit, but the first game was more of a draft limitation.
Yeah, absolutely. This time we've got a much more clear-cut sort of, you're going to do this, and then blah, 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 right? Lornoff, he's managed, and so has Zani and Blizzy. They've all managed to find their farm during the space created by the supports, as this ulti is just going to find a Coddle. It's not bad, it's not amazing, but taking him out of the fight for 45 seconds is...
But Richie had 2 fluffy hats. How did he die?
How could they kill him? That's illegal.
Okay, Zani has an Invis rune. He doesn't even know he's walking alongside in parallel.
Coming.
Yeah, he knows.
This is going to be a kill.
That's instant Dragon Tail. There we go. They also, so much damage to Enchanted Quiver. Perfectly stunned him with a spear. A bit too far, but it's okay. Yep. And Lornoff even finds a shotgun kill.
It's just a bloodbath now. They're going for another one as well.
Oh, I hear a BKB. Yeah. Wow. That is a, I mean, I guess.
9-second BK. Oh, 8-second for that one.
I mean, you survive, so I think that's the right play, but at the same time,
of course,
you're so far behind.
He doesn't have the buyback here, so yeah, I mean, it keeps them in the game, so obviously that BKB is well worth it. Because I think if the Hulk dies, I think you just straight up lose here. When your 3 cores dead, I mean, there's not really much the Shaman and Coddle can hope to do.
The Acid Spray does nothing anymore.
Look how much damage there is.
Yeah, the DK is great at pushing, so is the Morphling. Mars actually adds a bit to it. They even have an Orb of Destruction.
That's not the issue, though. The issue is that it's coming from all 3 lanes, Alvo.
It's true.
All 3 lanes are completely pushed in. They don't even have a yeah, they can't have a tier 2 if they have any tier 1, so there they go. There goes the wave. 2 lanes of melee barracks taken, the full lane of Dota barracks taken. Gambit, just like Winstrike was in game number 1, they're going to play it extremely patiently here.
Wow, that was awful. That was so awful. Clearly there's no ties because you're incredibly unprofessional.
Anyway.
Well, find
I wear pants.
That's true. Find the tier 3 here.
We've got a Tesso on Mars, I just want to point out.
Plus Orb of Destruction.
Yep.
No, okay. These are melting, dude.
Wow.
What are these buildings? nobody. They need to come to here to learn how to build these structures because they're destroying them. Morphling, though, in trouble, and they managed to get a kill. He still has buyback. There's the Arena Blood. Morphling doesn't want to come back into the game just yet, though, as DK is going to try to tank this. They realize the Al can still get a quick kill, and the DK will also fall to Diracho. I don't know, that Basher made a difference. They finally got the stuns they wanted. Gambit played a bit over-aggressively with that initiation. They still have buybacks. The game's not lost, but you are giving Winstrike a chance.
I think they probably had a very similar reaction that we did, which is, oh my god, these buildings are melting.
Long to the road.
Oh, it's about a minute. Is they didn't have to buy back on any of their cores at a fight. Only the Shaman has to buy back there, so it's not crucial to get a kill here. But they're going to be going for more. Pubber.
A good kill if they can. Oh, Storm comes back in. I left something behind, guys. Don't mind me, but now Storm's out of mana. Actually, it's a BKB, and now there is a Scotty Morphling, and goodbye, Storm. Let's see if the Al can fight them. Blizzy will just tank the Al, and the damage is superior from Gambit. Al is
Void Spirit, triple silence.
Void Spirit, so many silences. The man no longer has any vocal cords. Yamich will fall as well. They're going for more. They go for more. The Coddle's a target. Her sprint, though, might have been enough more than he could chew, as now the Alchemist is going to start to chunk him down.
No BKBs.
But he has no chemical rage. No BKBs either. Lordav is just going to murder. He gets the rampage against Coddle. Finishes off the Alch and forces the rage quit from Storm, as they call the GG. Gambit will take this game in an aggressive fashion and secure at game number 3. They've learned the game recently. They still have a lot of tolerance for learning and increasing their level, and also their mechanical skill tends to be slightly better. Shackles finds the Oracle. Let's see, the Thunderclap as well. Pubber does dispel most of the damage, but he's still going to die. Giving the first blood to Brewmaster, huge deal, because this guy needs that kind of early game boost.
Exactly, they're going to be able to get Darkseer in the top lane as well with the kinetic field. Access Vampire looking to run away, and so you used to be able to...
Oh yeah, you could leap if you were in the middle of it.
Yeah.
But you couldn't leap if you were in the side of it.
Exactly, exactly. Or you used to be able to also similarly use Pounce or Hurricane Pike active to get yourself out, as long as you move through it backwards.
No, the Hurricane Pike, the Hurricane Pike bug was that you could use it backwards no matter what. Dyrachyo could be in trouble. That Iron Shell, fair amount of damage, and the punch from Blizzy. See, not a meme. Look at that physical damage. Trying to go for the second kill into the Disruptor, and that was going to work out for them.
It is, yeah, nice job. They nuked the creep wave as well, so there's no danger of dying to creep. They both come out.
It was a bit tough. I don't know if he, like, because the Glimpse level 1 is such a terrible range. He uses it instead of the Earth Spirit. This time he does get it off.
Yep, and the Batman's here.
Exactly. There is a lasso available. I don't think you need it, though. Just going to kill Access Vampire with fire damage.
We've got a rotation, though, coming mid lane here. Smoke will now break off of the Bat Rider. He's going to find Access Vampire, hit him with a flame break before the silence can come through, but that will force the Fortune's End. The Static Storm here at the ready as well. A bit less tempting to use, though, now that you don't have a lasso, but they could now put some serious pressure onto this mid-tier 1 tower without the Fortune's End available. Sorry, without the False Promise, rather.
They're kind of just going to try to backdoor. I mean, with the Brew, you have so much liberty right now. They actually dropped the Snakes. Oh, did they close in Bat Rider? I don't know if that was on purpose. Nope, they definitely closed him in. Yep, and yeah, they took away his mana. He has no Firefly. They have to break a tree. Okay, it wasn't the Snakes. The Snakes just pushed him next to a tree.
Yeah, but that means they're going to lose these Serpent Wards very easily.
Yeah,
this Vampire making the jump, a good silence, but they need way more, and a big old crit out from the Wraith King. Dyrachyo is here, hexed up, and now shackled to death.
Yamic's like, guys, I actually can play this game. Oh my goodness. Punishing Earth Spirit for what we did last game to Yamich, getting some sweet earned revenge. And Dyrachyo, playing quite aggressively early because he knows he can. Using the Skeletons to push an early objective, and actually he's going to make his own space by doing
point. We're going to start where he can cast certain spells like the Deafening Blast. He can pull Ice Wall, a couple other things that really be annoying shit to catch. For example, a Wraith King.
Let's see, with the Tornado, the MP as well, this should not be too hard to kill. No mana for Reincarnation. Moving fast, and then when the movement speed doesn't work anymore for you, like when you get the small bouts of low movement speed, you turn in those bouts because your turn rate is not affected, and that way you can get the maximum ability out of that. I think it's, again, they just want to murder the Earth Spirit, but Pantoja might suffer as a result as well. He's trying to outrun the PL. He managed to do so because the Hex is available. The Sunstrike will still punish him, though, and Bat is TPing right into the Brewlings because they are units, so they take advantage of this to catch up the Darkseer. They don't see him, though, because it's nighttime. Finally, they realize where he went, finishing off Pubber instead. Blizzy trying to run away, but is this surge enough? Bat Rider is just matching your movement speed thanks to the Firefly buff and also the Boots of Travel. Sticky Napalm making his turn rate really slow. Blizzy has been lassoed and finally killed off.
He's now starting 4 points and have some more damage.
I agree. Best build against BKB.
Definitely.
And also because he already has the 4 points in claws, you want to get 4 points in claws like Old Invoker, because now Forge Spirits, when you get 4 points in claws and Exhort, you get 2. So that's a big damage boost. Damage in the middle lane. They actually get the kill this time.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean,
Vampire's been trying all game.
They got the kill last time, loading up with a pretty fancy schmancy no-look Sunstrike.
Oh, the Sunstrike is no, that killed Disruptor.
Oh, good call, good call.
Yeah. So let's see, let's kill Pubber then. See what Winstrike. Phantom, sorry. They try to push back the Phantom Lancer. Really bad positioning by Phantom Lancer. There's the Master Spell, clearing the illusions, and they know which was the real one. They false promise him though, and he uses the pass to try to run away. Bad Rider though, just faster than you, Zani, is capable of outrunning them as they concentrate instead their efforts on the Darkseer and get a nice little off-lane kill. But still, like, a pseudo win by Gambit, right? Because they managed to save the Phantom.
It is, yeah, and Winstrike as well. They have to commit, or they choose to commit the Static Storm there against the Darkseer. They might be able to catch Access Vampire, however. We've got another glimpse ready in 10 seconds, and I think just too much damage here on the Bat Rider. Nice job there dodging, or blocking, rather, the roll holder. There is no escape from the blimp.
But a good player, we'll see. It just bedazzles you. And I think Cheshire Cat's been playing a really solid game.
He has, I agree. We're going to see top lane. They might have actually been able to find our PL. He's going to be looking for the TP out. They have, however, the lasso to cancel him. He has a lot of spells to use here. The Darkseer as well running on over, but he's completely alone, which means that Yamich has more than enough control for him. Gonna look for a fight mid, smokes on smokes, but Gambit in a good position here, holding on to the high ground as Drakio gonna head right on in, popping the smokes here, does not care. So he's gonna go for more now. We hear now the primal split as they're looking to push back, and they have found Lornoff completely alone, forced to pop the BKB, Tornado EMP now onto 2. But the Serpent Wards have been dropped. They are gonna block him in, but not for too much longer. There's gonna be now the Ghost Walk, but in the meantime, they've left the PL behind. Oh no, and he is going to go down yet again, dead for 50 seconds. Cheshire Cat now dominating. They're holding down the Oracle as well. Yamich has free reign to hold down whoever he wants. In the meantime, another lift there onto the Earth Spirit. They're going to pull him right back down. They've got plenty of detection on hand. And that's going to be the third fatality of this fight.
If you check for a second the PL Death Summer, I can only imagine.
Hard and fast as Cheshire Cat just being incredibly annoying. He's got BK now, so he can very reliably get stopped. He's going to be going now for the Brewing, the Void Brewing. The fight kicking off, Access Vampire go, but look, they've caught the Invoker, hexed up, and now Shackles, but there's going to be now finally the Vacuum to interrupt. That's going to allow Lornoff to get off the BKB as well as the False Promise, with 2 BKB heroes just chewing on the Earth Spirit. He's gone down in exchange, however, for our Position 5 Disruptor.
I think that's Darkseer as well. Easy kill for them. Now the lasso might secure the kill onto the Phantom Lancer. All right, this man felt a bit voyeuristic today, was watching the team fight unfold as he now loses all of his illusions in a matter of seconds, and he himself will lose his life. Bad Rider wants to go even further. Firefly still activated. We haven't aged on him. Pubber, I don't know if you can really dive this hard. Apparently, doesn't seem afraid. Sunstrike used, and Rabel will know to chill. Nice. Fate Edict should save Oracle towards the end. Tornado punishing Rabel for playing a bit too aggressively with the last bit of alacrity damage to finish him off. We do have the Rolling Boulder available. Will they time it correctly? They won't. So that's a dead Access Vampire.
Yeah, it could be even more, actually, as the Oracle Pubber just getting ran down by the Brewlings. The Boulder being hurled ultimately unnecessary. That'll be the new rock for his headstone there as he's dead for 30 seconds. Does have the buyback, but no ulti, so no point in using that to try and save Lornoff, who's now dead for a full minute. Now I'm feeling it's a Cheshire Cat. I can't blame him. 17, now 18k up, and this is bound to be at least the mid lane of Barracks, but they're going to respect the buyback up from the Invoker with the Wrath of Nature control.
I'm a European dude. I told you, if we have 5 centimeters of snow, our system collapses.
Yeah, exactly, and you think a Weathermancer is weak?
No, he would kill Spain. Yeah. All of Spain ceases to exist. Let's see, can they take the Rex now?
Yeah, these top lane of Barracks are going to cease to exist pretty soon at this rate.
Yes. The Primal Split, they have 2 charges this time, so that's why they use 1 for the Demolish.
Drakio's out of... Oh no, he's got the shard, it doesn't matter.
Oh, and you're like, oh hey, Ags, doesn't really matter. I'm gonna Cyclone you, then Master Spell all your Iron Shells.
Yep. Zani, I mean, he frankly just doesn't have any damage as soon as Drakio's out of the mana. They're going to drop the Serpent Wards as they continue to fight onto the backlines they go. But a BKB up on Yamich, and there's going to be now just a reversal there on the Flaming Lasso. In the meantime, they have caught the Earth Spirit. He's going to be shackled down by Yamich. They got plenty of damage for him to follow up. He's got the buyback. Sunstrike might just catch Drakio. Nope, it's going to be split along with the Disruptor.
Lizzie also in trouble. Great Fire Blast does get reflected with the Lotus Sword, but he's still dead. And Duracho, by the way, still has his reincarnation. They haven't been able to kill him once. In the backline, Invoker finally managed to get the kill on Yamich. That's one support that at least. Little Disruptor as well. So you get some minor kills and take away their team fight. We're out of splits now, and Phantom Lance are still alive. The Vacuum doesn't quite get them close enough to the wall, so he's getting replicas. That's going to be Darkseer dead a second time. That's a dieback for him, but the Invoker, again, Lorinov is the reason why they're getting kills this engagement. Managed to finish off the Batrider, who immediately buys back the Wraith Fire Blast onto the Illusion, but they're still chasing after the Phantom Lancer, who is going to be saved by the False Promise. And the Oracle in trouble as they kill the Disruptor in the backlines, thanks to Lorinov yet again. But the fight continues in the enemy high ground, and now the target is the Phantom Lancer, the most important target here.
Buyback, though.
He has buyback and he will use it. Can they defend though? It's 3 versus 3. It's a fair matchup theoretically. But Duracho still has 2 lives. They take away his mana. He doesn't have the shard. They're going instead for Sheshakat. Much more valuable kill. He doesn't have the split yet, just yet. Lorinov running away from the Wraith King, but the Meteor will guarantee the kill into Sheshakat. And now Duracho is completely alone. And by some kind of miracle, Winstrike sort of defends this. With our verbs. It's a language of exception. Every verb in Spanish is irregular to some. Not every, but a lot.
Got a little bit of a flanking maneuver trying to be set up here by the side of Gambit. They might actually be able to get away with this one as Strike, they see one tower left and they're going to go for it here in the bottom lane. That D-ward though is going to cut the vision that Gambit desperately needs to get the engagement they're looking for, but now they go. They've been scouted on the back lines. The smoke's going to break. They're going to be able to lasso up the Darkseer. He's immediately getting chunked down. They don't catch anyone in the static storm. However, Blizzy's still alive, but for how much longer as his Oracle gets chunked down, the Wraith King immediately jumping onto him, or make that rather the Batrider. Has to spell as now the Darkseer is down. They have managed to find the Shaman. Can they get a kill onto him in the meantime? Sunstrike, but in the meantime, it's going to be the PL falling solo. The Hex, they managed to catch him. Can he get off anything here in the meantime? As he is just continuing to get ran down. Invoker with a nice tornado as the buyback out from Excess Vampire trying to do whatever he can, but Johnny just being ran down. He needs to run even faster. Here's Lorinov back in the fight. They will manage to stop the Shackles. Still alive was that PL, but can't survive long enough. 4 heroes dead for Gambit, and they will throw in the towel.
Well, Lorinov did what he could, honestly. I think he played a really good match on this Invoker, but unfortunately, the draft didn't play him any favors, and that pick on Brewmaster was fantastic, dude. Seriously, I can't believe I'm actually watching the game, and I can say it in a cast that it was the Brewmaster pick that won in the game. I am beyond excited, dude. I'm gonna go play Brewmaster right
Panda. I got broads in Atlanta. She took the lean in the family. Credit cards and the scammers. Getting the licks in the band. Legacies.